Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com. Monday Night Football. Different ways to bet this game as the San Francisco 49ers head up to Minneapolis in the Dome there and take on the Minnesota Vikings with a who's who of each team in terms of playmakers on the injury list. This would be an interesting game tonight. The line is Minnesota is catching 6.5 points at home in prime time with Kirk Cousins. Taken, and the total has dropped all the way down to a 43. Sharps have been hitting the under like crazy. Very quickly, we have our 8-unit Major League Baseball playoff game of the year today. One of them a year. This is it. It's in the ALCS game tonight. Last week, we had 2 top picks, 6 and 7 unit plays. Cashed them both. We've had 7 top plays total in all since August 15th. They're rare. We're 6 and 1. Enough said. Doc Sports, get it for free. Never been a member? Free $60, link in the description below or on the website, upper left-hand tab. Upper left-hand corner of the website, there's a tab that says free 60. We'll park it in any new account. There's no hassles, no strings, no obligations. And if you don't like me, there's 11 other guys, consensus service over there that texts out picks, all kinds of different things for you, along with tons of information. Okay, let's get to this game. We'll tell you what's going on over at the website. I don't like this game. I did not like this game when it came out. You've got injuries to Deebo Samuel. McCaffrey is a game-time decision with an oblique. They probably can win without those two. Probably. Because the biggest playmaker on the Vikings side of the ball is Jefferson, and he's out on the IR at wide receiver. Then you have the Kirk Cousins factor. And Kirk Cousins is a quarterback in the NFL that's, kind of a, enigma wrapped in a riddle. Because if you look at his numbers every year, forget the wins and losses, just look at the numbers, completion rate, yards. I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And he can make all the throws. I mean, you can make an argument for him. They were talking about maybe him going to Atlanta this year. At the trade deadline, they get rid of Ritter, they get him. His wife's from the area, her parents live in Atlanta, all these different things would come together and, Minnesota can move on. And we also know about Kirk Cousins in primetime. He just can't win big games in primetime games. He hasn't his entire career. But then on the other side of the coin, you could say, just look at the numbers. He's the best quarterback in the game, and he's at home, and he's getting points. And Minnesota has no secondary. So an experienced or solid quarterback ought to be able to pick them apart. The problem is you have your biggest threat. It's not that Kittle and a couple wide receivers in San Francisco can't stretch the field vertically, because they can't. But Purdy, you saw him against Cleveland finally throw a pick. And you saw him, look more than human. And a little bit deer in the headlights type game for him. Deer caught in the headlights. That being said, a couple different ways to play this game. I do a same game teaser. I did, personally. I didn't bet a side or a total. I did a same game 2-team 6-point teaser. And I instead of teasing San Francisco down, even though you don't see them losing 2 in a row. You really don't. I take Minnesota up to 12.5. I did. And I took the total up to 49 and took the under. So I teased Minnesota up, I teased the total up, and took the under for this game. Now, prop bets. And by the way, if you're not getting my prop bets in the NFL over at DocSports.com, The last 3 weeks, $100 player. Well, first of all, you went 4-0 yesterday for $1,460. Yeah. Had a lot of big underdogs. They all came in. Jacoby Myers, touchdown catch, yes. You know, we nailed them across the board. 4-unit pick, Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, to get a touchdown. Minus 110, you kidding me? Yeah. Nonetheless, plus $2,560 last 3 weeks. A couple of, I think Purdy will throw an interception tonight, plus 130. There's a prop bet. TJ Hawkinson, over 50.5 yards receiving, minus 115. Hell yes. Yeah, it's going to be a go-to guy, especially under heavy pass rush. He's going to be looking for the tight. The only chance that Minnesota has to win tonight and even hang in there is if Kirk Cousins and TJ Hawkinson do their Kelsey and Mahomes impression. Sit routes, drag routes over the middle, move the chains, keep the other offense off the field, get the ball going. Period. Now, I'm not an NFL coach. The guy that's coaching them is making $4 or $5 million a year. You think he's smart enough to figure that out? That's his go-to combination. Period. Yeah, over 50 yards catching the ball, minus 115. Those two that bet there's probably the best bet in the whole game. You know, I have 2 prop bets in this game and a Major League Baseball prop tonight on a combo card over at Docs. We have our 8-unit Major League Baseball playoff game of the year. I have 1, maybe 2 games of the year, regular season and postseason. That's it. Some sports, I don't even do games of the year if I don't like them. I like the Rangers playing the Astros tonight. Big play. Doc Sports. Yesterday in the NFL, 2-2. We had a winning week in college football, and we lost 2 units in the NFL, which is the first time we've lost in 3 weeks. We had the over in the Miami-Philly game when they took a knee with 1:30 left on the 4-yard line. Swift almost broke that run in there. It was that close, and then they just killed the clock. It was a tough beat. The number 1 offense in the NFL managed 17 points. And we talked about that game on Doc's Gridiron 6-pack where we went 4-2, by the way, this week. I told you. But that being said, I said Miami had played one good team, Buffalo, which isn't even that good, and they got motorboated. Look what Philly did to them. Motorboated again. Should have been 38-17, not 31. Sitting on the 4-yard line. Miami's paper tiger. Right now, everybody in Kansas City, where I'm from, you know, or lived there 12 years, from Lincoln, Nebraska, a Chiefs fan for 50 plus years. Everybody's freaking out, worried to death. We got to play Miami over in Germany in 2 weeks. I'm not. I don't care how fast Hill is. You saw that last night. Crazy day in the NFL. How about the Bills, by the way? I told you they were no good. Huh? Yeah. Doc Sports, place to be today. Have a great day. Enjoy the game.